we've already talked about John McCain's cravenness. Let's talk about Bob Corker's cowardice. Here is Bob Corker pretending that when Donald Trump tweets something, it doesn't mean anything, as if, like, I don't know, it would be the equivalent of a senator saying, like, oh, when President Obama talks from the West Wing, I don't really pay attention to that. I only listen to him when he talks from the Rose Garden. Here's Bob Corker.
You can't even hold a session for an hour, 45 minutes without there being a tweet that's so important that my colleague has just handed it to me. I promise you that does look like at real Donald Trump. This looks entirely legit, but it's pretty important. And he says, after consultation with my generals and military experts, this is 20 minutes ago, please be advised that the United States government will not accept or allow transgender individuals to serve in any capacity in the U.S. military. Our military must be focused on victory and cannot be burdened with the tremendous medical costs and disruption that transgender in the military would entail. So that's a bomb. Goes directly to probably the most divisive issue of social policy right now. What do you think about that? Does that make sense?
So I'm going to give you the same answer that I give in the hallways every day voting. I don't really respond on a daily basis to tweets that are coming out. We'll look into
we'll let you.
It's such a.
We want to give you a little something to remind you of your visit to the Washington Post.
Yeah, I don't respond to things that I can avoid to respond by pretending it's not a real medium. Yeah. No, it's not. Here is part of the, speaking of tweets, here's part of the ongoing saga. It's one of the worst breakups in Washington, D.C. that we've seen in a long time. This is really hard to watch. It's really sad when people who are together suddenly break up. But here's Joe Scarborough yesterday morning responding to a Trump tweet attacking Andrew McCabe.
Alex, what's the tweet say?
Mika, read the tweet.
It says, problem is the acting head of the FBI and the person in charge of Hillary investigation, Andrew McCabe, got $700,000 from H for wife. My God.
Harold! Oh he put McCabe up as a possible finalist to be his FBI director. Like, does he not?
Someone needs to run into his bedroom and grab the phone.
McCabe was on his finalist list as an FBI director. And now he's going back to complaints that he had in September or October of last year. I want people to be observing and taking notes today and not acting like this is just like every other day and, oh, you should have seen this coming. No, this is happening in real time. What is today? What's the date, guys?
It is
July 25th. 25.
6 months
July
into
the
presidency.
25th. July the 25th. Circle it on your calendar. This guy is spinning wildly out of control. He's watching TV. I know you never watch this show, Donald, but whatever show you're watching is making you crazy. Not crazy. I don't think you're crazy, but it's making you act crazy. So you really need to turn to SportsCenter. And you need to stop watching because these tweets make you look really bad.
Wait, I feel like it's Groundhog's Day with every sort of like every time we play a clip of Morning Joe, every couple of weeks, it's them like coming to this realization, like, this isn't the guy that we knew. You're not crazy, but it seems like you're starting to lose it a little bit. And I feel like every couple of weeks, it's the exact same. It's, I mean, I guess on some level, it's just sort of like, it's like dawn lights on Marblehead, as it does every day.
Joe Scarborough is so relentlessly disingenuous. He makes John McCain almost look just standard issue disingenuous. Like that, who could have seen this coming?
Well, I can't tell if he's saying like,
What?
you don't say who could have seen this coming, or don't tell me you should have seen this coming, or I could. Either way, neither one of those works because they have been so strident in every single position you could take about Donald Trump, and it just keeps going around. They're like on a carousel, and it just keeps coming back around and around. And the only thing they do is they switch horses on the carousel. As if they've come around, but it's still going around in the same exact axis. It's just that they slightly different take on this. It's unbelievable.
I think the idea of them getting any credit for this. I mean, the best clip that actually, I think we played it before the election, and it was great because it was a big acrimonious breakdown with, and people should look it up on YouTube, with Bill Kristol, Scarborough, and Mika. And probably Mika was getting like kind of sanctimonious about like, oh, this is the Republican Party. It's just so blah, blah. And Joe's sitting there like whirling him like, oh, maybe I'll go with Mika on this one. Or maybe I'll tell her to shut up. Maybe I'll threaten to choke her. Or maybe I want to run as a third party. Okay, I'll go with this. And then Kristol is all defensive, and he's like, "What? You know, he's not a real Republican because real Republicans want to like, you know, kick kids out of food stamps and bomb the Middle East, and this guy's a vulgarian, you know." But then Kristol rightly pivots and is like, "Well, if you're so offended by this, why did you guys like lay out the red carpet for him?" And they're like, "We did not. We did." It's like, and Bill Kristol's like, "You mean like when you let him call from his office
wait a second.
on a phone
I'm sorry.
appearance?"
Not only that, but they had that whole hot mic thing. Where
And
they're
the
like,
hot mic thing.
and
He
this is
didn't even mention that.
The time you're citing is before they went down to try and get into his New Year's Eve party.
No, because this was in the he's about to lose, and we need to clean up the mess before we're part of it. Yeah.
It's dizzying.
I'm sure they're working on that scoop about how the president was blackmailing them, though.
Right. Also, I would add congratulations to all of the shows in MSNBC, which won Emmys, or were nominated for Emmys. So,
I would just like to add
apparently they didn't get that in the morning.
that I really enjoy, it's truly Sam's ability to create messed up words out of literally anything. You called it Groundhog's Day. It's like
Groundhog's Day.
Groundhog Day.
It's Groundhog's Day. It's the Groundhog's Day. The day of the groundhog.
There's a movie called Groundhog Day.
Well, I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the actual day.
There's no Groundhog's Day.
The day of groundhogs. Yes, of course. It's like in...
There's only one groundhog, man. Punxsutawney Phil.
First of all, there's multiple groundhogs.
No, Punxsutawney Phil.
You just say that because you're from Pennsylvania. And you're just like, you're myopic about it. But there's groundhogs all over the country that come out.
I'm just saying that,
and and you don't know if I'm doing an apostrophe groundhogs apostrophe or groundhog apostrophe s. You don't know either way, so I'm covered both ways. Hi, folks. Sam Seder here. We still need your help on our Patreon page. YouTube ads have come back, but not nearly as much as we had before. So if you can help us out, any little bit helps. Head over to our Patreon page right at this URL. And you'll help us keep helping you by making videos